that could be added in a possible future installment. Yeah, but who knows? Getting into it now, Unber versus Skelldany. Donkey Kong versus Terry, game 1 of top 64, Delfino Raza.
Yeah, first match of the day here. Let's see if these players start off hot. Missing a little bit of a confirm there, but not getting punished for it. You see Terry is just going to be using that spot dodge attack. Such a powerful option. Does have great follow-ups and already racking up the damage onto the DK. It really seems like the DK's work cut out for him at this point because this Terry is already so dangerous.
Getting in there, pressing buttons. Unber just racking up 114% within 30 seconds, and Skelldany just really needs to answer back here with something, trying to swat him away with a lot of these tilt attack. Very, very long moves are good against at walling these brawler type characters. However, Unber's doing a very, very good job right now of getting his way in, but gets a grab and is off stage, makes it back to ledge, but an F smash just barely not going to connect against Unber there.
Yeah, I like that idea there. The auto-cancel power dunk is, I feel like, the bane of a lot of players' existence against this Terry. So the fact that, you know, he had the wherewithal to be able to parry that out and get the punish. Normally, even if you parry, you're not in time. But all right, do we have Ding Dong percent? Not quite, just a little bit off. Terry got the too much weight, too much muscle on him to die there. But, I mean, we're still very close. As long as you don't let Terry get a go combo started, you can come right back into the Skelldany.
This is a very scary situation, but getting the tipper up tilt, going to kill right there. Skelldany taking a stock, however, getting a little bit of chip, 50%, and off the Angel platform, a jab power dunk. Skelldany, being DK, is a very heavy character, can afford to take a little bit of percent, but can't afford to be getting ledge trapped in this situation. Good up B off of the ledge, getting him off of it, and another jab power dunk, racking up the percent. Unber trying to get the big DK punch.
Wanted to
connect this yet, but there it is.
Yeah, definitely looking for the shield breaks, definitely looking for some spicy stuff here from Skelldany. But it feels like Skelldany doesn't really turn it on until he's actually behind. Now, though, trying to get the down throw into the tech chase on the platform. You see, once again, the ding dong, but this time it is the perfect percent. That's crazy. That was literally like 2% difference from the last one. It was 105 and 103 after the hit. So I guess it made all of the difference. As we see a big combo coming out from Terry.
The ding dong combos are so precise. There is a Donkey Kong player in my region. He brings up the list, and I'm like, you just remember all of these? And DK players, they have to remember all of these. There's a big character on the screen, and he is going to be getting comboed a lot. And Unber showing why Donkey Kong is a little scary to play, taking game 1.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for the Donkey Kong percent windows, you just like right before you're about to play your set, you just look at the list and you're like, oh yeah, that's the percent for this character I'm about to play against. Like what? You don't need to memorize it. I feel like that's just excessive work.
Yeah, but it feels with rage as well as an added factor. It feels a lot more fluid and it feels impressive to me. Yeah,
no, it's impressive. It's impressive if they do it. I'm just questioning their need to do it at all. I'm like, why not just look at that? You're playing against probably one character this set.
Yeah, probably that is true. You don't have to memorize all 80 characters in one sitting, but both players right now swinging back and forth. One advantage state traded for the other, and just racking up the percent, 112 to 72. A juggle situation for Skelldany, though. Ooh, tries to up B out of shield, but gets hit by the reverse power dunk. Unfortunate situation, trying to up B from ledge once again, but calling it out is Unber, trying to call out a jump with the side B. Not going to get it just yet, though.
Yeah, very scrappy situation here. Both these players are sort of throwing out haymakers and hoping one lands. The down B is so good at range on shield. You just have to be so careful that butt catches out with the jab. great awareness there. It seems like he's using a lot of the auto turnaround just to be like, all right, I know you're gonna land somewhere next to me. I can just throw out the jab. It'll hit either side you land on. Now let's see what the ledge trap is looking for. Gets the invincible up B with the charge, but doesn't matter. Back air cleans it up. We have a very even game here.
This entire set, or these 2 games so far, it has felt like Unber has been the one to take the first stock or initiate first, and Skelldany has been the one that had to play from behind and get some sort of a comeback. And obviously Donkey Kong is a character that can do that. That is a big part of his game plan, getting those early kills, those early combos. But as I say that, Skelldany is the one that
he knows the percent.
He knows the
exact one. That was the first one was at 103 after the hit. The second one was at 105, and this one was at 104. Like these percents are literally just within a couple percent, knowing the exact window, but just finds the openings perfectly. However, a perfectly placed back air leads into a stock, and we are even on this final one as a huge second combo comes out. Terry is just really coming back in. This is not gonna kill, right? Just you're dead. 64% on the grab. Oh, was that was 98 after the hit, because I guess a little bit of rage. Wow, I wonder why that one that hit that didn't kill at 103.
I think
this
the
one did.
first one he did he mistimed the up throw. I think he up threw a little too early, so he had to wait a few frames to land, and then he could get the up air. I think that's what happened. If I'm remembering,
that means he didn't get it up high enough. Is
yes.
What you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's just that's the power of the ding dong, baby.
That's 3 stocks taken for Skelldany with the ding dong, just showing why it's such a strong combo and strong thing to have in the back pocket for Donkey Kong. And recently a lot of people have been saying DK is a really strong meta threat, just has a lot of good into these stronger characters.
And thank God we didn't go back to PS2. People will be taking DK to PS2, and I'm just like, don't you? That's where they practice the ding dong. That's where they do it every single time. Yeah, they can do it on other stages, but that's where they're most precise about it.
Yes, and Battlefield does have those higher blast zones. So on that second platform, or on that first platform, excuse me, we'll have to wait for a little bit longer to get that ding dong. But with a little bit of rage and 75%, this might be the window for Skelldany. But this ledge trapping, it seems to be all that this Donkey Kong needs. A good up B from Unber, making it back, and now the roles have reversed, and Skelldany is at the ledge and loses his first stock.
Man, that burn knuckle is such a good lasting hitbox, but the up B should be able to clean up the stock. Yep, spinning Kong does the trick, and now we are very even on the second stock. Just a slight lead now after that initial combo as well. I mean, it just really feels like the movement has leveled up from Skelldany, who I feel like in the first game was sort of getting his feet underneath him, but now it's just like really clean movement, making sure he's always in range to make it happen. And yeah, at that time, the up air not going to be able to kill. Not quite the ding dong that we saw in the last one, but I mean, it doesn't matter with the way he's moving right now.
I agree, yeah. Skelldany has been just really, really strong right now in his movement and in his confidence. And it feels like Unber's just, as I mentioned about Skelldany last game, Unber is now the one that needs to be on the back foot and has to make some sort of play in order to find an opening, find a stock, find this percent.
Oh, the forward air catches out a jump. That's such a big call out option for DK. You only do that when you're fairly sure that your opponent is going to be in a certain spot. Otherwise, it's such a risky option. But another spike just catches out DK's head. We see the tables turn completely on Skelldany, where last time he was able to rob 2 stocks at 70%. This time, it was Terry who was doing the robberies.
That down air reaches out and down really far, going past the ledge and that massive head on Donkey Kong, which allows him to get these ding dongs. Actually, a bit of a blight in this case. Just allowing for that massive hurt box that Donkey Kong has to be hit by Terry's down air, which will put Unber up 2-1 in this set.
Yep, so best of 5 territory here on day 2 at Delfino Raza. I think we're going to see a run back of the same characters, but I mean, what do we think we're going to see at Donkey Kong stage-wise? Did you see what he...
I believe it was Battlefield once again.
Battlefield again? Oh, man. All right, I got a bone to pick when this happens. Every time your opponent counterpicks you to a stage, and then you go back to that same stage after losing on it, I think you've made a mistake. I don't know. It just seems like there's a bunch of stages out there. There's got to be at least one that's better than the one that your opponent thinks is their best stage.
Yeah, I agree. Even no matter how confident you feel on the stage, you just lost on it, and your opponent thinks your opponent picked it and then proceeded to win on it and prove why they pick it. So I agree, but this is a scary situation with a ding dong. Not gonna kill just yet, but a back air and the F tilt timing around the power dunk, getting the first stock one offstage scenario is all Skelldany needs.
Yeah, incredible just spacing there from Skelldany. Lots of just precise aerials, finding the weaknesses in the recovery, and also just finding an F smash. This is just a disaster already for our Terry player here. Oh no, a miss on the aerial spinning Kong means that Unber is going to get a little bit of a break, but the grounded one was just work. Oh man, I can't believe that one just called out the empty hop. Sometimes you guess right, man.
Is great stuff from Skelldany. As you said, this just been a really strong showing from our Donkey Kong player, and one offstage scenario, getting the reversal with the up B start, and Skelldany takes that stock at 0%.
Absolute robbery. My man just went straight behind the cash register, stole that stock out, was like, don't call the cops on me, he's out. Oh man, that was crazy.
Oh, that was a terrifying situation to watch. That must have shaken Unber a little bit, making him even more scared to go for those edge guards.
Back to Battlefield? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're back to
One of them is wrong. I don't know which one, but one of them is wrong.
Someone's wrong. They're both picking it after they've lost. But I feel this is a pride issue now. They both won once. They're like, Battlefield's the safe. We got this. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, we both won once on PS2. We both won once on Battlefield. This is for all the marbles, Who's going to go into that loser's bracket with all the sharks down there? We got to make it happen right now. But, I mean, this is just a slobber knocker already. Trading back and forth combos, going for those down airs, really trying to set up an edge guard situation. Great kick there. And, okay. Just goes for the down throw at the edge of the stage, trying to set up a ledge trap situation. DK used 4 back airs in a row. The 4th one does manage to chip out the shield and work out. But let's see, just able to kick straight into the center stage and not get that go follow-up here, Zambo. Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, just both players just absolutely wailing on each other's shields, and just throwing out moves, and finally one is going to take it as Skelldany takes the first stock, trying to rack up a little bit more percent, and uses the uppy to go past. Good drift, going past again, ties it, but Unber's not falling for it 2 times in a row.
That was a crazy mix-up. I have not seen that one before. We saw why you don't go for it very often, as it seemed like there was a big punish on it. And the moment we come back into this second stock, it seems like Unber has really dialed in his advantage state, as we see another ledge trap into a power dunk. Just 2 stocks to 1. Does not care about how that first stock went. He is hunting for even more Terry. Looking for that down air in the corner. Really putting the pressure on here, Zambo.
These ledge situations are so scary, especially as DK. Terry has so many moves that can lead into a down air, lead into a down tilt, side B, any of these kill options at the ledge. And for such a big body like Donkey Kong, we are seeing Unber just absolutely capitalize on the poor disadvantage state that he has. And a jab at the ledge, just barely not going to do it. Skelldany finds a grab and gets the back air. And now edge guard situation, ledge trap, forward tilt, sending him off again. He has 140% and a dream. This is a super scary situation, and Unber finally losing their second stock, 140%, and the armor of the big DK punch goes through a couple back airs, and the F smash just barely not going to connect into the up B. Does Skelldany die? He does, and that is going to be game 5 going to Unber.
Wow. What a crazy ending there. It seemed like all of the momentum was in Skelldany's favor. He finally was starting something strong, had that whole sequence leading all the way to the left, but at the end you get caught by a jab, and that's how it goes against Terry. It is the inevitability of just that's such a strong option. You know, when you have a jab that kills, I mean, that's such a difficult thing to deal with. And yeah, I mean, great presence of mind there from Skelldany to put all that pressure on, but at the end, Unber was just able to keep it together, not fall to the pressure, and yeah, it was a great match. Game 5, great way to start off the day today.
I agree, and obviously it was a great match. Just both players just holding forward, going in, getting their combos, getting those kills, racking up the percent. Just I love that was a very fun matchup to watch. That either player could die at any point.
Mm. Yeah,
Super.
certainly a tough situation to be in for either side. I mean, you see somebody who's like, you know, just armor straight through your big move and hits you for 30% off the rip, and then you just start getting obliterated with some combos. It's tough. It's tough. But that is going to be that for that match. We have our next match coming up. We're going to be seeing one of my favorite Mexican players, Alandis versus Blues.
Hey, yes. Alan Dace versus Blues 2.